Lysistrata, the timeless tale about women who were so sick of men's shit.
With everything that's going on in the States right now, I was just waiting for somebody to bring up Lysistrata. Now, the gentleman in this video is bringing up the Greek play by Aristophanes called Lysistrata. The basic plot of the play is that the Athenians and the Spartans are in a Peloponnesian war. And all the women in Athens and Sparta are really sick of this war. So an Athenian woman, Lysistrata, comes up with a plan. Her plan is for all Peloponnesian women to go on a sex strike and to refuse their husbands any sex until they decide to talk things over with diplomacy rather than fighting. Now, it takes a little bit of convincing to convince the other women to also do this. Lysistrata is definitely the ringleader here, but she gets some help from a Spartan woman called Lampito. Once all the women agree that they are going to go onto this sex strike, they go up to the Acropolis in Athens and kind of barricade themselves in there. Now, the old men of Athens decide that this won't do, so they go to the Acropolis and they're going to burn the gates down. But the women have other plans. They've got water beats fire, and then they run away. A magistrate comes up and says, "Why are you doing this? What can we do to stop?" And Lysistrata explains that this war is really stupid and it's affecting everybody and they just need to talk it over like adults. Moreover, they're losing lots of men, so there are a couple of women here who are unmarried and may never have children, and like, what a pity, right? And he's like, whatever, like old men have it bad too. And she's like, hang on, no. Men at any age can father a child. Women don't have that luxury. And this is super funny and I don't really understand why she does this, but then she dresses him up like a corpse and says, "You're dead now." And he's really mad. Now, all the men at this point have raging boners. And Lysistrata is like, good, let's use this to our advantage. One of the women is instructed by Lysistrata to play a trick on her husband. She agrees to have sex with him, but only if they stop the war. And he's like, "Yes, darling, whatever you say." And the woman stalls and stalls and stalls. She's like, "I've got to get this little bed and I've got to get a pillow and then we've got to need some oil, blah, blah, blah." And he's like frustrated out of his mind. Keeping in mind, the women are also equally frustrated. So all the men with their blue balls decide to make some peace talks. And Lysistrata brings out her secret weapon, who is a beautiful young woman whose name is Reconciliation. And this is not super progressive, but she kind of is like, look what you could have if you just had some peace talks and stopped warring. So finally, the peace talks happen and the war is ended. Now, I know a lot of people will read this as, oh my goodness, how horrible it is for these women to, withhold sex from their husbands. But I see it as self-sacrifice. Like, I don't think it was fun for them either.